Good morning, afternoon, or evening, ladies and gentlemen. Allincrypto here, and welcome back, guys, for another daily cryptocurrency market update. If you are new around here, every single day at 1 p.m. UK time, we release an update just like this one, where we try and keep you up to date with everything happening within the crypto space and also looking at things from a technical point of view. So that's exactly what we're going to be doing in this video. And if you do find this video useful and informative, a like and a comment is always appreciated. It does help me promote this content to a wider audience. I want to start things off by really setting out what we're going to be talking about in this one. It is a jam-packed one, as always. We're going to start things off with a clip of Christine Lagarde, the head of the European Central Bank, talking about her excitement in regards to crypto. Yes, that's right. She said exactly that. And I do believe that central bankers, institutions, the people in the know and at the helm of the traditional financial system are largely underplaying their involvement and excitement in the blockchain and crypto industry. It is absolutely my belief, ladies and gentlemen, that this technology is going to transform the entire world and capture trillions of dollars as a result of that. We're already seeing a lot of those railroads be put in place. And we want to make sure that you guys don't miss out on that opportunity. Crypto is something that's already changed my life, and I believe it's going to do the same for many in the coming years. So we're going to start things off with a clip from that. We're then going to look at Bitcoin balances on exchanges and couple that in with crypto in regards to Google searches and where it's kind of at over the past 5 years. Look at it retrospectively. Because right now, crypto isn't really doing a lot. And it's really to do with a lack of interest and volumes that are trading. However, this is going to pick up towards the back end of the year, likely into September. We'll look at September. We'll look at some technicals after we've done that in regards to Rectember. We have a report from Hut 8 Mining that talks about if Bitcoin captures even 2 to 5% of gold's market cap, not to mention all the other places where money can flow into it, it could easily hit over 100K. This is a reality that we're moving towards, ladies and gentlemen. Bitcoin hitting 100K, in my opinion, is a if, not an if question, but when question. And then we'll talk a little bit about the SEC to wrap everything up. So, as promised, we're going to start things off with a clip from Christine Lagarde, the head of the European Central Bank, talking about crypto and her excitement.
You know my views on CBDCs, and you know that I have pushed that project. Fabio Panetta is working hard on that together with members in the entire Eurosystem, with a high-level task force that is working really hard on moving forward. But in a way, I'm really pleased that attention is now focused on the role that cryptos can play and the role that central bank digital currency can have when they are implemented.
Very interesting. There you have Christine Lagarde not only mentioning CBDCs, which we know is a reality that we're unfortunately moving towards, but also talking about the role of cryptocurrencies and the kind of impact that they're going to have. It's absolutely my opinion that they are massively downplaying their involvement in this technology. And I actually believe I was going to save the SEC news until the end, but we got a lot of news from the SEC. We've got Republican trio says Fed is undermining progress on stablecoin bills. You've got the SEC said to be slow walking assistance request for US crypto market bill. And you've got the SEC brings first NFT enforcement action in case against podcast studios. So there are some genuine cases where people have defrauded investors through the likes of NFTs and cryptos. It's happened a lot. But for the SEC to come in and to tarnish all NFTs and all cryptos as securities is just downright ignorant and unprogressive. And against actually the mandate that was mandated by the Biden administration in regards to regulating this industry and making sure that they stay at the helm of being a global leader of technology. The SEC are stalling for a reason. It's the same reason, I believe, why many of these sort of institutions and banks are downplaying their involvement in crypto. You see it leaking out throughout the cracks, and we've covered many of those cracks on this channel. But the entire world, ladies and gentlemen, is moving towards blockchain. And some of the blockchains that we talk about on this channel are going to play a massive role in that world and have trillions in terms of value, market cap as a result of that, through facilitating hundreds of trillions of values of value in regards to facilitating digital assets and this kind of digitalization, tokenization of everything. Very exciting future that we're moving towards. Before we dive into some price action, guys, let's talk about, and this is related to the price action, Bitcoin on exchanges. And you can see here is a list of the top exchanges with Bitcoin. It's very interesting that you've got a lot of Bitcoin maxes out there that hate Binance and want them to fail. Let me tell you, your Bitcoin price would crash. It would be worse than FTX if Binance went into insolvency. By orders of magnitude. Certainly given where the market is right now. I actually like CZ. I have spoken to many people who I have great respect for in the industry that are actively working on projects and building who disagree with me on that. And they say, okay, we're unsure on CZ and we've got these concerns. And I take them on board. But I actually think if you look at CZ and face value, not maybe some things that might have happened in historically, but if you take him on what he's done thus far for the industry, I think he's been a good actor, and I think Binance has been a great exchange for many. And I hope that they continue to succeed and survive. In fact, I think they will. But I want to go down here. Now, this is looking at Bitcoin really since the start of the year, and you can see, look at the amount of Bitcoin that is now off of exchanges. It is colossal. This is exactly a year ago. You can see all the Bitcoin you had here, and look at the balance to a low point, which is where we currently are. If you look at Google Trends, crypto in regards to searches is virtually non-existent. It's at a low point also. And this is why we're getting this real lackluster price action for the likes of Bitcoin. You know, unfortunately, there's two ways this plays out, right? And we've covered, it sounds very obvious that there's two ways this plays out. If it goes up or it goes down. But right now we remain bullish. And we think that people have got too zealous at support. You're not just at support for Bitcoin, you're at support for crypto-related stocks, which is telling you're also at support for stocks, some stocks in regards to a retest after a breakout. It's not the kind of place I think you want to get bearish, in my opinion, in regards to the short term. I think a likelier scenario is that you're going to get a rally into what could turn out to be a head and shoulders. If you want to give a bearish scenario, which could potentially lead to and give you targets of Bitcoin coming down here. That's the bear case. Okay, the bull case, though, is if that extends and starts to take out these levels here. Certainly reclaim 30K. Did an update for my Patreons earlier where we looked at more immediate structure. We dropped right down the time frames and we did a bottom-up approach. But we've kind of outlaid everything that we wanted to from a technical point of view on this channel. You know, we do genuinely think that the crypto revival is here. We've been buying crypto since the start of the year. Am I early on altcoins? I think so. And I think I'm paying an early tax in regards to the volatility that I'm having to endure. It's part of how the game goes, guys. I think people have got this idea that we're just hodlers. We are not hodlers. We sold here and got in here. And that's all public. We were one of the biggest shorters publicly of things like Luna and many other cryptos. I just think the crypto revival is well and truly here. And I think we're on genuinely the cusp of mass adoption. And people are getting way too bearish at support. It's not just these guys you've got at support. You know, Bitcoin may go to 100K by capturing even 2% to 5% of gold's market cap. I think it will do that with the likes of an ETF. In fact, it's set to do so. It's not just Bitcoin that we've got at the likes of support. Talking about HUT8, just show you this very quickly. Textbook. We did a video on Stellar Lumens yesterday, and everyone's like, oh, because there's so much crap on YouTube, guys, unfortunately, when it comes to crypto. There's so much crap everywhere, not just YouTube. But if you look at Microsoft, this was our golden sort of stock. You know, we said this is essentially a breakout. You got the retest, and you actually went in and put in your target and made it. You know, crypto's kind of setting up to do a similar thing. So we don't see the reason to be too bearish. However, I wouldn't like to be leveraged long here at all. This is something that could go really either way. In the same way that up here, when we were consolidating, we said this could go either way. But one thing we do know is you're going to get an impulsive move given the Bollinger Bands and the volatility. You're kind of setting up a similar thing here. So I could definitely see with everyone max short a squeeze, probably running into these levels. The question is, what do you do here? Do you then come back down and actually look to take out what could potentially be a neckline, and then once you've taken out this low, then you're looking for that downside. And is there broader kind of Elliott wave this structure here? Hopefully we're getting an Elliottian on the show to talk a little bit more about all this stuff. You know, you have put in a 3 impulsive wave. Are you looking for that 3 impulsive down wave, which would kind of coincide with this being the B into potentially a C, or we could have had it. You know, it's all about watching and waiting. Right now, guys, the truthful answer is we don't have much of a clue. Is there any kind of alpha we can get from other markets? Yes and no, but we also need to see the stock market kind of start to see a bit of a rebound. Stock market had a good day yesterday, and the frustrating thing is crypto did nothing. And the dollar is really the king. This is not showing any signs of stopping. The problem that we've got is if this continues, this ends up in a stage 2. And at that point, we then need to really look at crypto and where potentially it's heading in the short term. They are keeping the dollar up. Absolutely. If you look at what's happening with BRICS, if you look at what's happening with a number of things, you know, they have every reason to do so. Gold actually had a good day yesterday, but it's somewhat fizzling. You know, if you're going to see strength for crypto, you need to see it. And you are moving into September, which 11 months in pretty much 2 out of 11 months have been good times. September's been, over the past 11 years, 9 out of those 11 months have been bad over the past 11 years for September. So it's going to be an interesting time. You've got lots of people coming back to the markets. Hopefully volume picks up and everything in between. Yeah, that's really all we've got for you in this daily market update, guys. Hopefully you're all having a triumphant Tuesday. You've enjoyed the content. And yeah, I'll see you all in the next one. Don't forget to check out the Patreon if you do feel inclined to do so. And we'll catch you in the next one. Thanks a lot for watching, guys.